Hello everybody, I am Alphabet85 and I am streaming Dark Souls Remastered, as obvious. I wanted to make sure everybody could hear me, and hopefully I will be able to get subtitles this time. That reminds me, I need to change a setting real quick. Alright, hopefully I can get subtitles to work on this one. I know I was having some difficulty with getting the subtitles to work on YouTube. Fortunately, I haven't been able to figure out how to do it on Twitch yet. So if you get the opportunity or need subtitles, try on YouTube and we'll see if we can get it to work. I got it to work with one of my videos, but not any of the others for some reason. So I'm still playing with all of that. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody could hear me. Thank you for watching. I have one person. Let's see if I can figure out how to look at the chat. Oh, I had a person watching. Well, if someone wants to watch, I have the chat pulled up, and hypothetically it should read to me, not out loud, what you type in, so that I can respond to it. If that doesn't work, I always have it pulled up next to me, so I will be glancing over at the chat every once in a while, just to make sure I'm not missing any conversation. Now that it's 12:30, let us just continue our stream. Alright, let's see if I can remember what we were doing. Let's see, I think the dragon came back and we were going to go down there and see if we could. Yeah, I remember. We are on that boss. Well, that's not what I wanted to do, but I was going to have to do them anyway. Keep forgetting I can block in this game. I've just been playing a lot of Bloodborne, and you can't block in that game, so just different mechanics. Alright, and it's good to kill this one, because if you walk down that shortcut stairs, sometimes the undead sees you and chases after you, which is super, super unfortunate, especially when you're trying to kill the poisonous dogs that are down this way. Come on, doggy, doggy, doggy. There you are. There's another dog wandering around here somewhere. I think I see him all the way down there, but I feel like there's one over here too. I know both of them can eventually see me where I'm at, and it's easier in this game to pull them away from their spawn point. There you are. Alright, let's see if we can get our souls back from where I died last time. Forgot that those doors don't. Well, no luck there. We'll definitely get the blood echoes that I dropped at the bottom of the stairs. So, there's that. Let's see. See if we can find someone to help me through this area, because that blood loss is brutal. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Still haven't gotten that leather armor. Hopefully we won't have to wait for long, but it is a weekday, so not as many people play. I can tell that there are people not necessarily in this specific area, but there are messages, which indicates to me that there are people either in the area or just in the game. But let's hope for somebody who's a heavier hitter. I could just try and grind to get my strength up to a point where I could use the Drake Sword, which we might do if we don't find a summon sign here in the next couple of minutes. Because if I can get my strength up, I could probably one-shot these people with the Drake Sword. Let's see. I need a 16, so I just need one more level. That should be pretty easy to do. In fact, well, let's just do it. We can spam the dragon a few times. See how many souls I need. Need 2,000 more. I really wish that you could climb up ladders a bit faster than you can in this game. I've been spoiled with other Dark Souls games and Bloodborne of just being like, hasty climb. And if you do decide to watch and not participate in chat and just lurk, you are more than welcome to lurk on my channel. Any amount of views is good views at the moment. Alright. 2 more and I should... maybe 1 more. I think it was 2,400, so hypothetically this should be the last grind that I need to do in order to get the Drake Sword to work. Cool looking sword too. See if we can get through that area. I know a lot of people just don't want to go through the area and they end up putting their summon signs right at the boss door, which is perfectly fine. They get less souls for it, so I don't quite understand why they do it, but everybody plays games differently, and every person is valid. Patience is key for the way that I play Dark Souls, because it is very easy, if you're not careful, to get completely mobbed. But once you get used to the patterns of attacks, and you're cautious about not just running in all willy-nilly, it becomes a much easier game. He's still not at the Firelink Shrine. Come on. Ow. Yes, it is dark. Ooh, twin humanities. When you use those, you get 2 humanity instead of 1, which is really nice. Now let's see if we can kill some thieves. Yeah, this is much easier. Alright. I think this set of armor that I'm looking for is in the door down that away. Since it's not in these 3. So, onward. Now, pulling the dog is also important. If you rush down there, there's 3 more thieves, 2 more dogs. So if you barrel through, I mean, you could just barrel through and go through the boss door. But then once that boss door is open, they're all going to be right outside. You're very likely to lose all of your souls that you just got from that boss because you didn't kill the enemies in the area. Yeah, the Drake sword makes a huge difference. And there's that last dog. Let's see. Yes, the thief set. Is very good against this boss. This boss does a lot of bleed damage. Too slow. Let's put the sorcerer hat back on and see. I'm gonna have to choose between the pants and the, let's see, 3.1, 3.0, bleed 23, 23. So man, it's still heavy. Let's see if we can switch our shield to something lighter that's heavier. There we go. It won't block everything, but it'll still help. we need to kill this boss to get a key for a secret. It's not really secret, but optional boss that is in a different area. So I was really, really hoping for some backup with this boss. So let's just walk back up there, see if there's any summon signs, walk back down here if there's not, and then we'll just call it and say, yay, let's try it on our own if we can't find anybody. I don't really want y'all to have to sit there while I wait. Like, just sitting around waiting for summon signs. The other reason to summon people is it helps them. Maybe they need the humanity to get through this area, because every time you successfully beat a boss, not only does the main person get humanity for it, but anybody who's summoned also gets humanity as long as they survive, which is a really nice mechanic. But yeah, we will see. Might wait a few minutes because they're more likely to show up around here than they are to show up in that top area. Like I said, most people who are farming humanity, if they're not doing it in the depths, just put their summon signs right by boss doors, because then they can just do boss after boss after boss, getting humanity. So it is very possible. Not sure how long I want to wait, because like I said, I don't want to bore y'all with just like watching me hang out here. You know, I suppose I could go unlock a shortcut real quick and get a hold of another merchant. Well, I mean, the worst that can happen is we die, right? And the motto for this game is prepare to die, so let's just do it. I know. Got the drop on me, that's for sure. Alright. Time to try again. Killing those dogs first is like really important. Like, the boss does bleed damage, yes, but when you're being bombarded with dogs and a boss. It's just brutal. I think most of my friends would agree that this boss is one of the hardest bosses, just because the boss room is so tiny. It's not very easy to maneuver in that space, and the extra ads are just painful. And because I didn't use a humanity, there will be no summon signs. You have to you have to not be hollowed. I don't my brain doesn't quite remember the term, so reverse hollowing, I think, is what it says at the bonfire. Come on, thiefy thieves. Oh, that was unfortunate. Suppose I should have healed more before going after them, but actually, see if I can summon somebody. Reverse hollowing. So, oops. You are a hollow when you are undead. When you are quote-unquote humanized. I don't know how else to word that, but like, you'll see that the moment I do it, my face turns normal again, and I'm no longer undead looking. Even though technically everyone in this game that I can think of is undead. Can't wait to be able to sell things. There's only one way to sell things in this game, and that doesn't happen until after after you ring the second bell. It's just very brutal. And you have so much stuff in your inventory by that time. Like, you have to be careful not to just sell the things that you need. So it's like, with Bloodborne, I pretty much keep almost everything that I get as far as armor and weapons, as long as they are distinct. And it's easy in Bloodborne to just sell things. And with Dark Souls, like, you're hoarding a bunch of stuff up until you unlock the ability to sell stuff. And even then, like, sometimes I get, I don't know, trigger happy, I guess is a word for it, and end up selling stuff that I didn't mean to sell. And unfortunately, like, if I sold the Drake Sword, for instance, I would not be able to get it back, I don't think. Now, it has been many years since I played this game, so maybe that's not fully true. I don't know. There are people down here. I think most of them are trying to get to the boss. That's one, that's two. Man, that sword is heavy, or that shield is heavy. But it blocks 100% of physical damage, so I am inclined to use it. Oh, I didn't buy the... I forgot to buy the messenger stone. So I was going to put a message of beware of ambush, I think is a thing that I can put in here. Because it's just nice to know, you know, if people are looking for, you know, advice or looking for clues throughout the game, it's just nice to have notes that are helpful. I think there's one more dog. Oh, there's in fact one more thief as well, it looks like. Alright. Since I used a humanity, I'm gonna sit here for a while and just see if any summon signs show up. Because, like I said, this boss is very difficult. Having even somebody just walk in there and distract the dogs for 2 seconds can make a world of difference with this boss. I hope you all are enjoying this stream. I know that, unfortunately, since people aren't watching live, I'm not going to be able to chat with y'all live, but I'm hoping that when I upload it to YouTube, I can figure out how to leave the live chat open, so that maybe when I'm premiering it, I can respond via text to people who are watching it, at least with the premiere. I can't guarantee that I will be able to do that, just because I'm still learning. I'm a baby streamer. But I am working it out and slowly learning, watching a lot of videos, trying to figure out how to accomplish certain things. So hopefully my stream will just get better and better. Someone did ask me a little bit about why I don't have a camera on me, and part of that is that I'm streaming from my PlayStation 5, and setting that up without like the PlayStation camera is very difficult, and I just can't afford that just yet, on top of the fact that I don't know where I would place my video of me on the screen so that I wouldn't have to move it for every stream I do, because I want you guys to be able to see like my health bar and stamina bar, my interaction bar on the left, and my soul count on the right. Now for this game, I could put my video up in the top right hand corner, but if I do that the next time I stream something like I can't think of anything at the moment, but it might block some of the UI. The other reason that I don't like doing it is because as a trans person, I don't really like seeing my face at this point. It creates a lot of dysphoria, and I don't know how to balance that. So I prefer just to stay off camera, but if you guys are all insistent, what I can do is I can like change my profile picture or something on Twitch. Again, I would prefer not to have to do that, and if you really need to know who I am, then I will try and figure that out. But for the most part, I'm a very just a private person in general. So alright, we've been sitting here for a few minutes. I haven't seen any summon signs. Let's just look down the stairs real quick, see if I see any. Alright. Nope. Not this time. And I do want to get that. I want to get that message sign, because that is another way of getting humanity, is people liking your messages. And the reason I like to do that optional boss is because it gives you access to a location that you can kill a lot of rats. Like, there's pretty much nothing but rats down there, and rats drop humanity, so it's good to just kill rats and sit at the bonfire if you need humanity. So
still keep can go ahead. Never hurts to split. Thank you, Kai.
I would also like to get some input on what kind of games you guys would like to play. Also, if you want family-friendly games, what I'm going to start doing is picking family-friendly games to stream on Fridays, because I like alliteration. So, family-friendly games on Friday, or Friday-friendly games, or something like that. I don't know. So... if you have kids that like to watch games like, I don't know, I have Crash Bandicoot, I have, let me think, a Sonic racing game, I have Fall Guys, trying to think of what else I have. Well, actually, you know what? Speaking of grinding insight, since no one else is throwing down their summon sign, let's see if we can help some people. I am going to stop streaming at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so we've got about a little over 35 minutes, and I'll probably give myself a few minutes just to say bye and whatnot. So yeah, let's just see if we can help some people. Something that's nice that you might notice, if you look at other people's messages, they're more flat, whereas your own messages have like light beams coming from them, and the same can be said for summon signs. Although, if I remember correctly, once you place your summon sign down, all of the summon signs around you should disappear. The only ones that might not are the Dark Covenant summon signs, because I think that you can still summon invaders to your world. Grave Lord servants. It's been a while, but there is a specific summon sign that'll just show up. So we will do what we can. And another reason to sit near your summon sign is because if you die when you are summoned, you will summon, if I remember correctly, you will summon either back at your bonfire or exactly where you were. But if you are summoned where you were and you were surrounded by enemies, you're going to be summoned back to your world in the middle of a bunch of enemies. And that Bloodborne, I have played more recently, so the same is true in Bloodborne. If you're not careful, if you die while being summoned, you just get back to the lamp post or bonfire in this game. And then if you succeed, you end up in your world exactly where you left off, whether or not you were surrounded by enemies at that time. So we can try it sometime, maybe. Although we can answer that without being swarmed by enemies just this time, because if I reappear right here, we know that that's true. And if I die and reappear here, we will know that's true. Or if I die and end up back at the bonfire, we know that's true. So, no matter what we do in this situation, we will learn something. And I am tempted to go out and farm souls and get my souls back, but I really try very hard to be patient when I have my summon sign down. And part of the reason that I put it here rather than the boss door is because it can be very difficult to get past those enemies and those ambushes, and I like to be as helpful as I can. The other reason to do it is you can get more souls this way. Because if you're only doing the boss, say you get summoned to this boss, but then you die before the boss dies, you luck out on any souls that you would gather. But, you know, if you just be patient, put it at the beginning of the area, then you at least get souls for the things that you killed in the area. Now, I'm never upset if somebody was doing what I did and fought their way to the boss door and go, oh, there's no summon signs over here, let's look at the beginning. If I get summoned into a world and get no souls, at least I was helpful to somebody. It's just an added bonus to get souls on top of that. I just realized that, yeah, the Drake Sword is extremely heavy. See, I was using... I thought I was using a... Maybe I was using a short sword. Yeah. If I was gonna switch it, I would switch it for a spear, but the nice thing about spears is that you can block while using them. In a boss fight like this, it could be useful, but you get hit so many times if you don't have a high enough endurance, it's difficult. I do tend to, by the end of the game, have a specific spear that has lightning damage attached to it, because a lot of things, there are a few things that are resistant to lightning, but yeah, I mean, it just does the basic physical damage on top of the lightning damage. So I mean, there's no harm in using it, because even if something is resistant or immune to lightning damage, you're still going to do that physical damage with the spear. And if they're weak to it, voila, you have it. So... And New Game Plus in some ways is easier because you can apply, like, you could have one fire weapon, one lightning weapon, and one arcane weapon. Trying to think if there's any other elements that we have in this game. I can't think of any at the moment, but if you have one of each, you know, you're pretty well set, especially if you use the Drake Sword and level that up with Dragon Scales. Then you have like a really good physical damaging weapon. Then you have one that's arcane, one that's fire, one that's lightning. And then as you're going through the game, you can switch weapons to whichever one is most useful in this situation. And the nice thing about New Game Plus is you've gone through the game, so you have a pretty good idea of, oh, well, when I fought this boss the last time, people put put notes down saying that fire was useful, because there was a sign over here somewhere that said fire is useful, which it is. But you don't get fire weapons until one of the harder areas that I don't tend to go to until after I've run the second bell. And even then, it's probably one of the last places I go because the enemies are just very tough. So and if y'all have questions, again, if I can figure out how to enable live chat on this, I will certainly do that. Feel free to ask questions. I'm going to try really hard not to have any spoilers, or as little spoilers as I can, just in case somebody's like, oh, I'm curious about Dark Souls. And I know so many people have probably streamed this game, but every person plays differently in my experience. So if you have questions about why I do certain things or that kind of thing, feel free to throw it in chat. If you have personal questions for me, feel free to throw it in chat. I'm a pretty open person. I will tell you if the question is inappropriate and potentially why, depending on what the question is. But as private as I am, I do like to help people understand certain things. Well, since nobody is summoning us right this minute, I am going to do an unwise thing and try and get my souls back. I might pull both of those dogs. Yep. Alright, and one more dog. Alright, let's put our summon sign right here for a little bit. See if anybody decides they want help with just the boss. Oh no, I'm out of coffee. That's okay, I need to stop drinking coffee here soon anyway. There is a strategy to fighting this boss alone, but if I remember correctly, you go up the stairs and you bait the big one under you and then drop on him and just keep doing that. But if you don't kill the dogs first, I mean, you've seen it. The boss or the dogs just kill me. But I am a sorcerer, so I'm like the squishiest class that you can be, at least for the moment. I just need to level up, put more in health and more in endurance. I might focus on endurance for a little bit just so that I can wear heavier armors. I don't know. I'm a little torn. If you guys have suggestions, health or endurance first. Let me know what you think. Throw it in the comments. And maybe we can kind of build this character together. My end goal for this character, just as a heads up, is to make a magic knight, basically. So a strength-based magic user, which means my two highest stats are going to be strength and intelligence. But if I remember correctly, I need the key that this boss drops in order to save the pyromancer that sells pyromancies. And I absolutely love pyromancies. I did think about making a pyromancer first. So if we get to a point in this game where I'm struggling so much, I might go back and make a pyromancer, but I really, really want to get this character through the game completely. So we'll see. Well, while we're waiting, ambush. So this is the door that I need the key for. Which my summon sign is about to disappear, if I remember correctly, because I'm about to leave the area to unlock a shortcut.
You still have your senses about you, then why won't you buy some of my nuts? I need your souls.
So, blood red moss. Medicinal red moss clump reduces bleeding buildup. So you know how the thieves were hitting me and I get blood damage? This reduces that. When you have a high enough defense, it takes a lot longer to build up. This nullifies the buildup. So like if you were hit twice and it's, I don't know, halfway there, you would use a blood red moss clump and it would just disappear. Purple moss clump. Medicinal purple moss clump reduces poison buildup. Cures poison. Same thing, just with poison. And the blooming purple moss clump reduces poison and toxin. So there is bleeding damage, poison damage, and what do they call it? It's like a super poison, basically. It goes faster. It's much more deadly than normal poison, and it's has a faster build-up time.
Come again, Vicky.
Alright. And that resin that I bought applies fire damage to your weapon. Since this boss is weak to fire, I figured I would try to use that instead of the gold pine resin. Probably do some more damage to it, but not as much. And also, I can't buy the gold pine resin yet. I don't have a merchant that sells it yet. I don't think. The Undead Bird merchant might sell it, but I'm pretty sure you have to wait until later in the game. Oh. Can't use it on this weapon. That's okay. Well, let's try one more time. Worst that can happen, again, just death. It's not a huge deal. I am stuck in a corner. And you see how they have me pinned? That is in part why this boss is so hard, is because there's 3 of them, such a small room, pin you in a corner, whack, 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 you're dead. The other thing I might need to do is just level up more before I fight this boss. Which, if you leave in the comments, I would like to know if y'all want to watch me just grind souls, or if you would rather me just go through that on my own and then show up at a higher level. I will not progress further in the game without streaming. But I don't know. I think some people will be like, yeah, just talk to us and whatnot, which isn't a problem. It's just harder for me to talk to people that are not active in my Twitch chat. Like I said, I can chat with people on the YouTube Premiere if I can figure out how to get the chat to work. But it's not the same as orally speaking with people who are in the chat. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I have an insight. Alright. Nope. Killed one dog. Second best I've done in this game with that. I think I killed the one of the dogs the first time I went in. I think I'm gonna just grind a little bit and level, because this boss is just kicking my tushki. And I think that I just need to put more, maybe more in health. I don't know. I think I'm gonna work on health first. I've got about 5 more minutes before I need to head off. So we're just gonna come up here a few times and just easily grind these souls. Because dragons like to use fire on bridges. I don't know, if I was a dragon, I'd probably do the same thing. I'm also thinking of getting on one of my characters in Bloodborne, and instead of doing the story for it, just doing the dungeons. So I would love to hear your feedback on that. It is a very mature game, not family friendly. Probably not. It's the bloodiest game I've ever played. But if the name didn't tell you that, here's that information. Alright. We have one level, and I'm gonna head out after we level up. You know what? Let's do this last thing. Pretty sure I already got these souls, but hey, why not check, right? It's a quick, easy 555 souls. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with vitality and health at the moment. It also increases physical defense. Alright. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.